Good morning. It's a beautiful fall morning. The leaves are getting even prettier and the fall flowers just look fantastic. And I'm just sitting here in my car waiting on a client. I don't know what she's doing, but I'm waiting for her. And while I'm waiting for her, I thought, well, let's discuss books. My first thought was, let's talk about The Stand. I finished The Stand a long time ago. I had to just digest for a while. Okay, that's another word. Another word would be process. I had to process for a while the book because it was not what I expected, and it was not, to me, a horror book. Now that taught me something. That taught me that Stephen King is not just a horror writer. I'm sure that things like It or Pet Sematary or something like that are, real horror genre books. But The Stand, to me, was not horror. The Stand, for those of you who don't know, is post-apocalyptic. It's like a pandemic happens. And you know what? He wrote this in 1978. And so I was really impressed with how well it correlated with the COVID-19 in a way. But it's kind of like everybody gets wiped out except for a very small number of people. And it ends up being more of a good versus evil kind of theme, if you want to go theme. I don't pay much attention to themes. I like characters and stuff, but this was kind of a theme. So good versus bad, evil versus good. And the bad guy was really evil. I mean, he was really evil, and the good people were good as best they could be. That's what I love about this. That's one thing that I did love about the book, was that the people were people. They did their best in the situation, and they did a great job of making the best of a really horrible situation. And I would rate it maybe a 4 out of 5 for me. There were too many intimate scenes, and seemed very unnecessary and just too. If anything, that's what made it a horror for me, was all of those. Cussing was okay. I don't remember being offended by it, but that doesn't mean. I'm sure there were some F words in there, and I know there were some of the typical ones. Typical ones? Is there such a thing as a typical swear word? I don't know. It was I won't read it again. But let me tell you what does scare me. Okay, because it got me thinking about what really did scare me, what would constitute a horror book for me. I read a book. Claire Fraise wrote it. I want to say it was They Stand, but if it's not, I will put it somewhere here on the screen as to what it really was. Her very first book. I've read several of them, but boy, it was an uncomfortable read, and I loved it at the same time. She writes young adult horror, and she herself was a young adult when she started writing. Her first book she wrote as a teenager, and I don't know where this book stands exactly in her repertoire, in her library. It might have been the first book published. Excuse me. But it was creepy and it was scary, and I did not enjoy it. I mean, I did enjoy it, but I didn't enjoy it at the same time. I think that's the glory of horror, is that you enjoy it, but you don't enjoy it. It's just, it changes you in a way. Hers is more of a ghost story and spirits taking over bodies kind of story. It's One of the characters can talk to spirits and see them. The bad guy is just, you don't ever know where he is. And that to me would be horror. And that scared me. So there you go. Claire Fraise, she's got some amazing books that are, if you really want horror and clean without intimate scenes or swear words, there you go. She's right there on top.